The police told me I was just another drunk girl who asked for it. Actually, I'm the mayor's daughter. I stumbled into the police station at 2 in the morning, my dress torn, blood on my knees from falling on the pavement after escaping. As the mayor's daughter, I'd grown up around these officers at city events, but with my face swollen and makeup everywhere, they didn't recognize me. My hands wouldn't stop shaking as I approached the desk sergeant, trying to get the words out about what had happened at the party. Officer Phillips looked up from his phone, saw the vodka stains on my dress and my messed up appearance, and rolled his eyes before I could even speak. Let me guess, you got too drunk at a party, and now you regret hooking up with someone? He didn't even stand up, just leaned back and called to his partner. Hey Mitchell, we got another one of those Saturday night specials girl who can't handle her liquor wants to take it out on a man. My throat closed up and I started crying harder, but I forced myself to say that I'd been attacked, that someone had hurt me, and that I needed help. Phillips finally stood up and walked around the desk, looking at my outfit with this disgusted expression that made me want to disappear. Look at that dress, he said to Mitchell, who'd wandered over. Barely covers anything. You went out dressed like that, got blackout drunk, and now you're surprised someone got the wrong idea? He actually laughed while saying it, like what happened to me was funny. How much did you drink, sweetheart? Can you even remember what happened, or are you just assuming? Mitchell pointed at the bruises forming on my arms and said they were probably from me falling over drunk, not from someone grabbing me. Look at her knees. She's been crawling around, he announced. Probably puked in some bushes and made up a story to explain why she looks like trash. He grabbed my wrist to look closer, pressing on the bruises hard enough to make me cry out. These could be from anything. You girls always bruise easy when you're wasted. When I begged them to please just take my report, Phillips pulled out a form but made this whole show of how pointless it was. He started asking questions in a baby voice like I was stupid. Can you spell your name for me? Do you remember where you live? What about the bad man's name, or were you too drunk to ask? Each question dripped with sarcasm while Mitchell laughed. Phillips crumpled up the form and tossed it in the trash. This is a waste of taxpayer resources. Mitchell decided I was probably lying to cover up cheating on a boyfriend and announced his theory to everyone in the station. She hooked up with someone, boyfriend found out, now she needs an excuse, he said loudly. They always pull the assault card when they get caught being sluts. He called over other officers to share his theory, and soon 5 cops were standing around me, discussing whether I was lying to avoid getting dumped or lying for attention. Phillips made me tell him what happened, but kept interrupting to poke holes in my story. When I mentioned trying to say no, he laughed and said, how would he hear you over the music? He made me repeat the worst parts while he and Mitchell acted it out mockingly, with Mitchell pretending to be me in a high-pitched voice saying, oh no, please stop sarcastically. They high-fived after their performance while I stood there shaking and feeling like I was going to throw up. Phillips said I could be arrested for public intoxication and filing a false report. You're drunk, you're wasting police time, and you're probably going to ruin some poor guy's life because you're embarrassed about being easy, he said, pulling out handcuffs. Maybe a night in the drunk tank will teach you not to cry wolf. Mitchell added that they should do a cavity search to check for drugs, since girls like her usually have something hidden. When I tried to back away, sobbing that I just wanted to go home, Phillips grabbed my arm and slammed me against the wall, saying I was resisting. He cuffed my hands behind my back while Mitchell dumped out my purse, everything clattering on the floor. Let's see what drugs made her hallucinate an assault, he said, crushing my phone under his boot. Phillips started patting me down roughly, his hands lingering in places they shouldn't, making me feel violated all over again. Mitchell was filling out booking paperwork when he finally got to my ID. He glanced at it, started to toss it aside, then froze. I watched his face change completely as he looked at it again, then showed it to Phillips, whose hands immediately let go of my arms. Holy shit, Mitchell whispered. This is the mayor's daughter. Phillips stared at my ID, then at me, and I could see the exact moment he realized he'd just handcuffed and assaulted the daughter of the man who controlled his entire career. Full story on the channel below.